Warrington's last suburban cinema, the Queen's, closed its doors for the last time on Saturday, May the 28th, 1960. It's the 8th picture house in Warrington to wind up since the impact of television was fully felt. A projectionist for Wirral Picturedromes Limited of Wallasey, who own the Queen's, said attendances have been falling for 3 years, and added for some unknown reason more cinemas in the northwest have closed than anywhere else in Great Britain. The Queen's was first opened in 1914. Other cinemas around the area became useful for many different purposes as they were closed. The Pavilion, Lovely Lane, was turned into a motor showroom, then subsequently a cycle shop, which in its turn also closed down. The Park, Sankey Street, which never showed talking pictures, became a dress shop and dancing rendezvous. The site of the park, opposite Warrington's Town Hall, is now occupied by Hilden House. The Gem, which had only 40 seats, became Blighty's, which was part of the Conservative Club. On the opposite corner of Springfield Street to the Gem was the Picturedrome, which later became the Cameo. When it closed, it became Telehire. Today, it's an estate agent's. One of the town's oldest cinemas, the Central, which was above Hewitt's, opposite Dawson's in Sankey Street, opened on Saturdays for children's matinees. Admission was twopence or 2 clean jam jars. The Star Kinema, which was in Church Street, used to interchange films between the Picturedrome in Sankey Street. When part 1 of the film was over, a lad would cycle with the can of film from one cinema to the other to exchange it, enabling the 2 cinemas to show the same films on the same day. When the Star closed, it became Catterall's woodwork shop. The Regent Old Time Music Hall, known also as the Futurist, and to locals the Blood Tub, apparently so because of the macabre shows that were sometimes staged there, was also closed. The Royal Court was demolished to make way for a multiple store. The 388-seat Premier Cinema in Powell Street, Latchford, became a furniture depository after it had closed. The film exhibition industry is supposed to be dead, but it won't lie down. Despite having closed, the Palace, previously known as Friars Green Hippodrome, opened its doors again on Saturday the 25th of March 1961, showing the best-loved romance of our time, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Oklahoma. The Palace also began opening its doors on Sundays for big-time bingo. Special offer admission price of 3 shillings included the playing of 10 games with no limit to winnings, and for only 3 and 5pence, you could enjoy a pack of 20 Park Drive cigarettes. The building continues to serve the community of Warrington as the Apollo Bingo and Social Club. Warrington's newest cinema, seen here undergoing construction, the Ritz, was opened by the mayor of the town, Mr. Cooper, on August the 23rd, 1937. The first film to be shown was a most thrilling air drama, Without Orders. The cinema had the finest talking picture apparatus and had seating capacity for 1,928 spectators. Admission prices were 3pence for children and 6pence for adults. The Ritz was renamed in 1960 when it became known as the ABC. By 1972, the cinema was converted to a bingo hall downstairs while films continued to be shown upstairs. In an attempt to keep the cinema alive, a 90-seat video cinema was added in November 1980 in what used to be the restaurant area. The building today is still a throbbing entertainment centre, though not for cinema goers. It's now Mr. Smith's nightclub. The ABC finally gave up its fight to survive and closed its doors on the 23rd of October 1982. The grand super cinema at Bridgefoot, seen here falling to the hammers of the demolition workers to make way for the new Wilderspool Bridge, had a seating capacity of 1,188. The Grand was particularly attractive to courting couples. It had double seats, which would allow a kiss and a cuddle without the arm of the seat coming between them. Is to begin in February 1964, becoming Warrington's 9th cinema to fall victim to the new lodger in the lounge, the television. The Empire first opened its doors in the silent movie days of 1919. Its closure in September 1961 climaxed months of speculation and rumours about the cinema's future. In November 1962, the Empire was sold by auction for £94,000. Included in the sale were 2 lock-up shops with basements and the large billiards hall. The cleared site of the cinema will soon become a supermarket.